Human Body, Part 1. The Skin. Biologists look at structures of organisms, and this helps provide clues about the structure's function. Now, when biologists study the structure of an organism in its parts, this is called anatomy. And when they study what the structures do and how they do it, in other words, what their function is, this is called physiology. Keeping this relationship between structure and function in mind as we dive in and start studying the human body and all its systems will help you as we organize levels of body structure. Now, a quick review back to the cell chapter is that the smallest functioning unit of something is a cell. And when many similar cells perform a specific function, they form what is called a tissue. Several tissues that together form a specific task create an organ. And when organs all work together to perform a vital body function, this is called an organ system. We're going to start diving into organ systems in the human body, and we're going to start learning about the major organs that make up each system, including the integumentary system or your skin, the muscular system, skeletal system, nervous system, digestive system, circulatory system, respiratory system, excretory system, endocrine, and reproductive system. Now, if I were to ask you, what was the largest organ in your body, what do you think it is? Well, if you answered skin, then you are correct. The skin plays a very important role to help protect you from the outside environment, including protecting your body from injury, infection, and water loss, as well as help you regulate your body temperature, eliminate waste, and gather information about the environment. The number one function of your skin is to form a barrier that keeps disease-causing organisms like bacteria and viruses that could harm you outside of your body. This same barrier also helps prevent the skin from losing important fluids such as blood and water. Now, your skin is full of blood vessels, and when you become warm, the blood vessels enlarge and the amount of blood that flows through them increases. These changes allow heat to move from your body into the outside environment, and this helps regulate your body temperature. Now, along with the blood vessels, you have millions of sweat glands in your skin that also respond to excess heat by making you sweat. When you sweat, it evaporates from your skin, and your skin is cooled, keeping your body at a steady temperature. You know that sweat is salty, and this is because in sweat there are dissolved waste materials, and these come from the breakdown of chemicals inside your body. Your body needs to get rid of those waste materials, so whenever you sweat, your body gets rid of the waste through perspiration. Now, the skin is made of two main layers. The top layer is called the epidermis, and the bottom layer is called the dermis. In most places, the epidermis is thinner than the dermis, and it does not have nerves or blood vessels. These are all located within your dermis. If you've ever scratched your skin, especially in the dry and winter climates, you might see some sloughing of your skin cells. Well, this is because, like all cells, the epidermis cells have a life cycle which lasts about 2 weeks. New epidermis cells form at the bottom of the epidermis and move upward as new cells form beneath them. When the cells die and become the surface layer, then they are shed. And this is very beneficial to your body because the shedding of dead cells carry away bacteria and other substances that settle on your skin. Every time you rub your hands together, you are losing thousands of dead skin cells and any bacteria on them. Now, other cells deep in the epidermis produce melanin or a pigment, which is a colored substance that gives the skin its color. Exposure to sunlight stimulates the skin to make more melanin, and melanin helps protect the skin from burning. Now, the dermis is the skin layer that lies beneath and supports the epidermis, and it is made of connective tissue that gives the skin its strength and elasticity. The dermis also contains hair follicles, oil, and sweat glands, along with muscles, nerves, and blood vessels. The dermis also sits right above a layer of fat that helps pad internal organs and keep body heat in. It contains oil glands, sweat glands, and hairs, and the sweat produced in the dermis reaches the surface of your skin through openings called pores. Your hair grows within the dermis in structures called follicles. And once here above the skin surface, the hair is made now of dead cells, and then the glands that are around your follicles produce oil that helps to waterproof your hair, as well as keep your skin moist. Now, the skin is able to produce new cells, we know that, but it's also able to repair itself when it's injured when you have a wound. A wound is a break or opening in your skin, And since your skin protects your body from germs, if the skin is broken, then germs can enter and cause infection. So when there are wounds, the wounds heal in stages. Of course, the smaller the wound, the quicker it will heal, and the larger or deeper the wound, the longer it takes to heal. So we know if we get a cut or a scrape or a puncture, then the wound is going to bleed. So at first there's going to be blood there, and the blood will start to clot within a few minutes or less and stop the bleeding. When the blood clots, right, it forms a scab, and this helps protect the tissue underneath from germs. So now over about the next 2 or 3 weeks, the body starts repairing broken blood vessels and new tissue begins to grow. And then new skin begins to form over this tissue. Sometimes scars form because the new tissue grows back differently than the original tissue. Now, if you only injure like a small scratch on the top layer of your skin, you probably won't have a scar. But I'm sure some of you know with deeper wounds, you are more likely to have a scar. Now, sometimes in the event where the skin is severely damaged, doctors need to use what are called skin grafts or pieces of skin from another part of the body to repair the damaged skin. However, researchers have achieved major breakthroughs in the development of bioengineered skin and may be able to use a person's stem cells to grow skin in the lab and use for the skin graft instead of taking it from a different part of your body. How cool is that? Let's take a break here and show what you know.